All right, guys, we're out at the Lewis County Fair, the 50th one this year. We have Greg Sharpe sitting in with us, Missouri Senate, District 18, right?
Yes.
And let's start off with, I mean, you've been a Lewis County native your whole life.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of the Lewis County Fair?
This Lewis County Scoop podcast is sponsored by Hudson Welding. From fabrication and welding to trailer repairs, livestock equipment, custom projects, repairs, and maintenance, Hudson Welding delivers strong work and solid results. They also offer on-site services, so when the job can't come to them, they can come to you. Farm, ranch, commercial, or residential, call Hudson Welding today at 660-3423-176 or 573-629-9290. Sponsors do not control the questions, endorse guests, topics, viewpoints, or opinions expressed on this program.
I've actually gotten where I enjoy the 4-H sale, that has been a very rewarding, and someone that didn't really grow up with a 4-H and whatnot. And Wes, as you would know, in our family, some of us were really poor.
Yeah.
And so I had no experience with the 4-H, and especially my kids were in it briefly, but just the idea that 4-H is such a great organization and what it teaches young people, and the sale is kind of the conclusion of the week, and it gives those 4-H kids some money to go on ahead, and a lot of them use it for college and whatnot, and so it's just a very rewarding, and it makes the 4-Hers do their work all through the year, and this is the culmination of it, and they hang out with kids that are like-minded, and so that is probably the most rewarding thing, and that I see here.
Yeah. What's the favorite food? Fair food. Putting you on the spot.
Oh, I like ice cream,
right?
and lemon shake-up.
There
so
you go.
I want to keep my blood sugar up sky high.
Yeah.
So it's but the Legion and the 4-H booth have got great food.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think I'm working tonight in the 4-H booth.
There you
I
go.
haven't had to do that since my kids were in 4-H, so we'll be here late tonight.
Good deal.
Yeah. Really, 4-H is the backbone of all these county fairs for years. I mean, really, that is the backbone of why a fair even happens.
Right.
So
yeah, some fairs is just 4-H fairs.
Yeah. I think Knox County is just 4-H.
It is. I was there last night at their sale, and it's just, the University of Missouri Extension, of course, I was here at the first fair, and but the 4-H the Extension Service provides those livestock specialists.
Yeah.
And then the FFA advisors that advise the 4-H kids. And that has really helped keep Extension relevant in the rural areas, because I sold seed for almost 40 years, and the private companies have taken over some of the things that Extension used to do, agronomy and a lot of those things. But the livestock and the youth specialists, that has really been a strong point. And this is the showcase of it this week.
Yeah. Well, there's some pretty important amendments on this ballot. What's the most important amendment, if there is an important amendment to you, that you would like to talk about?
Well, that will be Amendment 5.
Amendment 5.
Amendment 5, which was HJR 173. I voted against it in the House. It went to the Senate with a 3-year waiver of the Hancock Amendment to allow tax increases. It came back from the Senate with a 5-year waiver. I voted against it again. And I just, it's probably the most important thing on the ballot. I think the Senate election's important, but this is way more important, because if we change to an income tax, or waive the income tax and go to sales tax with no more guidance than is in this amendment, that I think it opens up for rural areas a lot of worms that I don't know if we'll ever put back in the can.
Right.
When you start taxing services and open it up for that, and just sales tax on a lot of things, and it opens it up for a lot of ag exemptions that we've had, because we're in a low income, a low margin business, and we have not been exposed to that. And when you start exposing equipment purchases and repairs and those things back to sales tax, I just think that the rural areas will not be able to withstand the pressure from the suburbs, the suburban legislators that will say, well, here's a pot of money. And the easy one will be fuel and diesel, gasoline, diesel
Right.
fuel. That
Yeah.
West Quincy exists in our area here because of the sales tax on fuel in Illinois.
Yeah.
But so when you buy fuel in Missouri, you're also paying road tax.
Mhm.
And that, to cut down the volume of that, I'm just against it. And I was against it before, and I'm still against it.
Yep.
I'm not the most brilliant person in the world. I've been in Kansas pheasant hunting for 30 years, and they tried this over there, and it almost destroyed the Republican Party.
Really?
Sam Brownback, this was his keynote legislation, and the boys we hunt on in western Kansas, they're as ruby red as they can be, and they hated this proposal, and they hated it for the same reasons that I'm voting against it. And I just think I think the voters are going to turn it down, but to expose this to the voters, I tell people it's like when you give your kids ice cream and Mountain Dew at 9:00 at night, and then you wonder why you have a bad night. Well, giving this to the voters, because the first thing it's going to say, we're going to eliminate income tax. Well, whoopee-doo. They're going to jump at that.
Sounds great. Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it does on the surface. I mean, I thought in the beginning it sounded great, but from listening to you
Right.
and other people and educating myself, you find out that, like you said originally, the devil's in the details.
Devil's in details.
You know,
and
that's your statement.
And the governor has made promises that will not be able to be kept. They were very broad, that ag will not be taxed and healthcare will not be taxed.
Yeah.
And as someone told me today, they said, well, people that have bulldozing and earthwork done and all that is a
Yeah.
service. So why, if you come out and somebody's charging you $100 an hour for a bulldozer, well, now it's going to be 110.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that's if sales tax stays at, most of them are running 8 to 9%.
Right.
Well, if we were honest about it, we would raise taxes 5 or 6% across the board. And I think it's inflationary. I think it's hard on low income people. It's hard on senior citizens.
Mhm.
So it's just a lot of different reasons why I'm against it. And I hope the voters turn it down. And I think they're going to. So
Yeah,
I
there's
think they are
there's
too.
just there's too many questions that need to be answered that I don't think it'll go through. But
Yeah.
that Amendment 4, that's it's kind of tighten up the restrictions on changing our Constitution.
right. And it's like closing the barn door after all the cows and the horses and everybody's gone down the road. That the cost of an initiative petition, same way, that comes from the voters, because they're going to vote for a lot of things that are hard to pay for.
Yeah.
Medicaid expansion, minimum wage, sick leave, legalizing marijuana, all those were initiative petitions. And this is, I would say, probably it's very strong because it absolutely eliminates, there will not be a initiative petition from the voters probably in my lifetime, and certainly not in you all,
Right.
maybe not even in you all's, because to get it to pass 8 out of 8 congressional districts, it would have to be something that the legislature and the governor blatantly didn't do. And that probably is not going to happen. But
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'm going to vote for 4, but I'm afraid the hangover from 5, that 5 may lose, it may lose 2-1,
Mhm.
but that will probably drag 4 with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm afraid it will.
Well, Greg,
I am in favor of Amendment 1,
1.
and number 2 is a total Jackson County
Right.
thing. So I don't even know. The same way our Constitution is thicker than the U.S. Constitution.
That
So,
blew my mind that first time you told me that.
yeah,
I did not know that.
right. And lots of things ought to be in statute, more so in statute than in the Constitution, because
Right.
if we do something and the voters don't like it, you can kick us out.
Right.
But if once it gets in the Constitution and the interpretation of the courts,
Yeah.
it leads to an awful lot of things. I mean, Roe versus Wade was an interpretation 50 years ago
Yeah.
Yeah.
of statute, and we've lived with that. And I'm just where messing with the Constitution is something that, and I don't call for a constitutional convention. I'm afraid if that would be controlled by some pretty strong special interests. If 5 passes, the frenzy of the lobbyists to have their businesses exempted
Yeah.
will be massive.
Yeah.
And because a lot of businesses, it'll break them. If you have an extra 9 or 10% surcharge on your services, it'll put you out of business.
Yeah.
And it puts us, we're here 20 miles from Quincy, you know. So we're 20 miles from Quincy, we're 30 miles from Iowa. It just puts us in competition that we've had a good spot in that competition with those states.
Right.
And it's just going to mess up a lot of balances around here in
Yeah.
Northeast Missouri.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, are you enjoying the fair?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And I've been to, I went to Macon County 4-H sale this morning. I went to Knox counties last night and stopped by here on the way home last night. One of my granddaughters is Miss Teen Queen or something
yeah,
like that, you
she's-
know. So she's at 7 or 8 years old,
Yeah.
she's living the life.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but no, it's just a great experience for all the youth. So it's so I'm enjoying it, and we've had a little bit of rain, not as much as different Lewis County fairs.
Yeah, oh,
We've
yeah.
had
Yeah.
monsoons pulling out vehicles out here all the time. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's a great day for Lewis County.
Yes, it is. Yep. Well, do you have anything you want to say to the voters before we get out of here and go watch what are we going to watch? The Night of
The
Destruction.
Night of Destruction.
You
This
gonna
is
watch
my
Night of
favorite.
Destruction?
Oh yes, I'll
Yeah.
watch part of it. I have to work in the 4-H
Yeah, you're gonna
food
be-
booth here
he's gonna
coming
be-
up.
Go see Greg at the 4-H shack, guys.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, so I'll try to remember which one to put in first, the chips or the nachos
There you go.
or the meat. But no, it's you know, it's kind of amazing that certain the stables here, the demolition derby,
Yeah.
and I don't even know what they're doing tonight. I mean, the Night of Destruction. We're not smashing combines. We've done that different times. We've tried to eliminate every piece of junk on a farm.
Yeah, we've tried to
Yeah,
get rid of
tried
it. Yeah.
That will run, that we can put a little gas in it or diesel fuel in it and put it up here. But it's,
The Night of Destruction's kind of turned into my favorite night. It's they do a race. They got time trials, and at the end, then they're all together, and it's kind of a demo race, figure eight. It gets a little hairy.
you know, there's two things in Lewis County that are really cool. One is health span.
Yes.
That we're doing almost revolutionary type of
Yes.
healthcare system.
Yep.
And then you all doing this in
Yeah.
a county our size
Yeah.
is really great. So
Well, we appreciate that for sure.
Yep, yep.
We do care about it, and we want the info to the people. So
right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you all are the new media. I mean, it's where, you know, it's hard on the newspaper. I mean, the newspapers are just one of those things that's there for them to be competitive. It's just pretty hard.
Yeah.
But you all are immediate,
Yeah.
right there. And it's just new technology that
Right. Right.
is now becoming very common.
Yeah. Even writing articles and putting them in on the Lewis County Scoop. They're very good and it gets traction, but people just want to watch video. You know,
Right.
they just want to see video. So
No, it's a great week. I mean, I can think back to the day that Jerry Litton was here, you know, that it was, and, you know, I don't know what our population's done in the last 50 years. It certainly hasn't grown,
right.
but it's just the Lewis County Fair has been something that's different people have been the president of the fair, different people have been on this board. And every time I think it's just about going to die out, a new generation has stepped up
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
a couple people come on and they bring their friends along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, good people attract other good people.
And so you've got an endorsement from the Missouri
Farm Bureau endorsed me, and they, I think of all the counties but one,
Right.
that, the guy from Moberly, Ed Lewis, run against me. His county voted for him, but on ag issues and just business issues. The other thing is I've been a business person for, you know, since I was in college, and as Governor Keogh would say, sign both sides of the check.
Right.
And you know, I've had a lot of good mentors in this county. I've had Noble Morris back in the day when he was a Republican, and he was an old World War I veteran, you know,
Yeah.
and he was a wonderful man, and he just taught me a lot of business principles early on, and so they're going from then on. I've just had a lot of people that were very kind to me, helped me get started
Yeah.
farming, and I've tried to pass that on.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
So yeah, if we're cutting this off, I'll have to go back to 4-H for a while.
Yeah.
So,
Back. So,
but
yeah. So it's been a pleasure to have you on, Greg.
Yep.
Anything else you want to say?
well, the only thing I'll say for you guys is you need one of those cured hams. And
Yeah,
you take that
yeah.
home and try
Right.
to make that edible.
Yeah.
And that will be
That'd be her job.
that'll be a pretty good job. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, thank you guys.
Yeah.
and,
Thank you.
and I'm sure we'll talk before the election.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah,
Thank
for
you. All
sure.
right. Lewis County, Greg Sharpe, running for Senate, Missouri District 18. Get out August 4th and vote. Also want to extend a thanks to the Lewis County Fair Board. I think they put on a good fair this year.
They have.
A great fair. They've been very hospitable to us, and we appreciate everything they've done. So,
Yep.
all right, guys.
Okay, thank you.
That's good.
All right.
Mhm.
Yep.